Hey, yo, check this out, man. Picture this. I need you to picture this. It's Saturday morning. It's brisk. It's the winter. It's the dead of winter. You sit down to work on your business. Your wife comes in, the kids is up moving around, but you're in your office and you walk in the kitchen and you fire up a fresh pot of coffee so you can pour you a nice cup. You got this nice, pretty to-do list that you need to knock out. You pour your cup, you walk back to your office. You sit down, you prop open your laptop, and then suddenly the distractions hit. Because what you did is you never cleaned out your computer. So social media is up, emails are flooding your inbox, and before you know it, 2-3 hours done passed, and you ain't accomplished a damn thing. Now, what if I told you that staying productive as a solopreneur isn't about doing more? It's about doing less, but with intense focus. It's not that hard, right? I know it's not that hard. In fact, the most successful solopreneurs aren't the ones hustling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays. It's not them. They're the ones who know how to protect their time. They're the ones who like their time frame like it's their most valuable asset. Because guess what? It is. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, my solopreneurs? It's your boy, Anthony Porter here. We're back today, man. We need to dive into one thing, what I feel like is one of the most annoying and major and biggest challenges you're facing in the one-person business. I've been there. Like, it happens literally right now. It still happens. And that's staying productive and laser focused when there's no boss breathing down your neck. The crazy thing is a lot of us are so programmed to where the boss is making sure that you do this, you make sure you do that. But how do you stay focused when you don't have nobody to breathe down your neck? You the boss. You the boss. You want to go from broke to boss? This is what you need to do. See, if you've ever felt like there aren't enough hours in the day, if you struggle to stay on track without getting sidetracked by all your notifications, the emails, and your own mind, your own thoughts, this episode is for you. Here's what you're going to learn. Here's what we're going to talk about. Here's what we're going to dive deep into in order for you to understand, in order for you to learn, in order for you to gain value, in order for you to let it sink in. The real reason why solopreneurs struggle with productivity. And it's not what you think, man. A lot of people, it's not what you think. It's 3 simple strategies to master your focus and your time management. And then there is a foolproof method to make distractions disappear without relying on willpower. Y'all ready? It's a somber day, man. I'm telling you, at the time of this recording, it's a very somber day. But we have to do this. We have to bring you this knowledge. But it's just somber, man. Like, things that are going on is a distraction. So, if y'all ready to get into it, let's get into it. All right. Let's talk about 3 key sections. Now, these sections are very, very, very important for you to have. These sections are the make or break, the do or die to you managing your time and being very productive. So when you talk about managing your time, let's talk about the first one, and that's the productivity trap. See, the question that is being asked, I got a friend, young guy, he's working on a clothing line. He says, man, why do I always seem like I'm busy, but I'm not making no progress? And I looked at him, I was like, you don't know? Listen, man, the truth about that is it's a hustler's culture. And why being busy isn't the same as being productive. Now, when I said that to him, he kind of went back on me. He looked at me. He was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I basically was like, listen, traditional productivity hacks, they fail the solopreneur. That to-do list, sometimes it fails the solopreneur. See, the solopreneur productivity formula focuses on work long hours. What? Yeah. See, when you have a 9-to-5 and you're starting a business, not as a side hustle, but you're starting a business, you have to understand you're going to work more hours than you do at your regular 9-to-5. So you have to look at the schematics, the charts, the metrics, and all of that stuff. See, think about this. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, Meta, Instagram, Meta, the CEOs of Google, YouTube, Jeff Bezos. These are billionaires, right? These are billion-dollar corporations. These companies operate on a budget that we do not even fathom to think about, right? They the CEOs, they the owners, they the ones who make valuable decisions about what makes the company go, what makes it grow. But they don't do everything. They worry about the tasks in the upper echelon, the ones that's way above our head. So what you need to do is as a solopreneur, you need to think like a CEO. Quit thinking of this business that you're trying to start like it's a job, because it's not. It's your livelihood. It's your ticket to financial freedom. It's your ticket to taking back your time so you can spend time with your children if you're young. Or if you have grandchildren, you spend it with them. I love my babies. Spending time with them is number one on my agenda. But you got to think like the CEO and not like the supervisor, not like the manager, not like the director. You the boss. See, where I work at, got a manager. This is a funny story, man. I told him I was going to write a book about it too, because I am. He came up under me. He became a supervisor. He became a manager. All right. And that's all well and good. This is what you want to see people in positions that have come from where you know, the field where you work at. So him and his wife go out of town. They go on vacation. It's like, I think it's like right after, it was in wintertime. It's right after he got the position. And he goes on Instagram and he makes a post. And the post said, from the block to the boardroom. I knew what it meant. Somebody called downtown and said he's running a multi-billion-dollar game. What? So now you can't express yourself because you transitioned over to what they was calling the dark side. You can't stress how you feel because where you come from, person who rose up out of poverty, the street life and all of this and all of that, and he got into the corporate world. And somebody called corporate to say he's on Instagram promoting gang life. Boy, I laughed so hard because he started thinking. He wasn't thinking like the employee no more. He started thinking like the CEO. And when he started thinking like the CEO, everything moved smooth for him. But when you want to act like a tyrant, nobody wants to be around you. So therefore, think like the CEO. Don't think like the employee. Don't think like the manager. Don't think like the director. And don't think like the supervisor. Think like you are that man in charge, the head honcho, the CEO. Now, there's a 3-step formula. So we're going to talk about this next section because this is part 2 of that. All right. The 3-step formula starts out like this. Now, it's about being laser focused for your productivity. That framework will work with any business. If you're laser focused, your business will thrive. But you cannot not be laser focused, period. I'm laser focused on my podcast, and then there are the distractions outside of my podcast because people are like, man, you don't know what he talking about. Okay. Two young cats offered up just a bit of advice. Went from making 3 figures to 5 figures in 7 days. We just sitting there chopping it up. Now, I'm not paying attention that they taking in what we talking about, and then they implemented it. That was deep. Once they implemented it, what happened? They made a little money. So now every day we chop it up. They implement a little more. They make a little more money. Same over here. My mentors do the same thing. When they are posting at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, that ding goes off. Who grabs the phone? I need to see this video. They dropping it. What they're dropping is, what do they call it? They dropping it infomercial post. Remember how if you was growing up, you would know what I'm talking about. Infomercials would come on between 12 and 5 a.m., 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Those were the time slots back in the day. So when you see that, you're like, notification, I'm up. What's he talking about? Eyes wide shut. What are you talking about? Who's notorious for that is Nehemiah Davis. I kid you not. The people don't think you pay attention. I pay attention. So with this 3-step framework to stay laser focused, your productivity, number 1 is the power of time blocking. Google has a calendar that you can block out time for everything. So how you structure your day using focus blocks instead of multitasking, perfect. Like for me, I make all my content in one day. It's called batch content. So I do 2 or 3 things. I come up with some motivational posts, some educational posts, some controversial posts, some question and answer polls, things like that, right? But each section, I try to generate at least 15 to 20. And I use AI. And then I would tweak what I wanted to say in my tone. It takes me about hour and a half to do everything that I need to do, because then see, once I come up with the content and AI spits it out, then I jump over, copy, paste it, move over to Canva, put it in there, design my post the way I want my post to look. And then I download it and schedule it to be uploaded to the platforms that I use. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If I'm making reels, include YouTube shorts in there too. See, the moment throughout the day when I'm creating this is for, so let me say this. So I have it set out to where I record on certain days, but I make content on the other days. So the content has been made on like Wednesdays. By Friday, I'm ready to start posting, and that'll lead up until next Wednesday. And then I'll make another batch. Now, here's what I like to do, because since I like to do at least 3, and I talk about 6 different things within inside of everything that I do between podcasting and blogging. What I like to do is I work on one, finish that, work on the other, finish. And I keep everything simple. Like some of my posts, my motivational posts, one solid color, same framework, copied over, through time. That's how I do it. I make one, batch the rest of it in, make tweaks, align it. Takes me about 10-15 minutes to align everything. I'm done. Move to the next subject. I like to motivate you in the mornings, teach you during the afternoon, have a controversial conversation post, and educate you at night, so when you go to bed, you got that on your brain. Then number 2, I like to eliminate the distractions. I go in my office, close my door, put the blind down, everything's dark. Like I'm in my office now. This is where I record my podcast. I don't need no fancy building. My goal is to have a podcast building for those who can't afford it. And what I mean by afford is afford all of the equipment. Because it's an expensive hobby for some, but it's a very lucrative business for others like myself. So when I eliminate the distractions can be fatiguing, man. It makes you tired, man. See, I prepare, or I will make content on how to use pre-made templates, how to do pre-made workflows. I've already got those down. So when I go back, it's just plug and play for me, instead of every time starting from scratch. I don't know if y'all remember when Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily because he said it freed up his brain power. Yeah, man, you can say what you won't do was positive. How I know it's positive? 90% of Americans have an Apple product. I have the iPhone, I have the Mac computer, Mac in the house, Apple TV. I don't want nothing else. And then you got to have a 5-minute rule for overcoming procrastination. Sometimes you got to back up. When you're feeling overwhelmed, just get up and take a walk. take a walk. And when you take that walk, you come back, your brain is fresh. You've done everything that you need to do. And now you can continue on with your day. So you got to understand that how we use the 2-minute rule is we eliminate small tasks that pile up. So after I take my walk, I come back and I see the task that I have. Like I have a board next to my beautiful grandbaby's painting. And I eliminate the things that don't make sense to me at that particular point in time so I can get more done. And once I eliminate those and I get what I want to accomplish done, then I'll go back and look and I'll pick out ones that I need to really focus on in another segment of the day. Because see, even though I'm eliminating time and I'm able to spend time and I'm able to go coach and I'm able to go do the things that I like to do, the one thing is business never stops. I'm a CEO. Everything falls on my tip. Product don't ship, it's my fault. Email don't get sent, it's my fault. I can't blame nobody but me because I'm the one-man band. So here's what you do. You need to have, and this is step number 3. You need to have a distraction-proof work environment. You got to have tech boundaries. Use apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey to block social media during work hours. Make sure that your work area, your workspace is set up for your mental focus. It should be energy management versus time management. So make sure your workstation is set to where you can get a lot done. No clutter. Nothing that can distract you. Make sure everything is situated the way you need it to be. All right. Make sure you're working in sync with your natural energy peaks. Morning versus afternoon versus evening focus. Which one are you better at? Pick which one you're better at. And that's where you need to be working. That's where your time frame need to be in. Cause see, one of the I think it was Marquell. Marquell said an example of this is mornings is deep work, afternoon admin tasks, and evenings is creative thinking. So you dive deep into your work in the morning when you first wake up. You do your admin work in the afternoon, and then you creatively think about everything that you did the night before the next morning. So when you start over, everything that you did with your admin tasks and your creative thinking, that's the deep work for in the mornings. Now, you got to be accountable. You have to be accountable as a solopreneur. You have to be accountable, man. How to use your body to stay accountable. Working alongside someone virtually makes you be more accountable. And then, if you don't understand it, hiring a coach or joining a mastermind, that can help you X, 30X your business, because you start to see the focus, the drive, the will, the know-it-all that they give out. And then you're surrounded by people. Now you have a support system, and that support system, you can sit there and you can grow off of that. So stay accountable. That's all we ask. Stay accountable. Now let's jump into these 5 quick tips, because this is the segment where we rapid fire actionable advice. Number 1. You ready? Are y'all ready? I'm sorry, man. Somebody just walked past my office door and made a face, and distraction. See what I'm saying? Distraction. I just happened to glance, and there it was. All right, so 5 quick tips. We're going to get into it. All right. Number one, start every day with one important task. If nothing else gets done, that's the task that you need to make sure it gets done. Number two, turn off your notifications. Doing work blocks. That means put that phone on, listen, silence it, flip it over, lay it down. That's it. Your phone is designed to steal your focus. Fight back. Fight the powers that be, man. Number three, use the proto technique. 25 minutes of focus, 5-minute break. Short burst of intense work keeps you engaged. Man, it do. Number four, set up a no meetings day. That means one day out of the week, you ain't meeting with nobody. That means you're going to go with no calls, no emails. Let you go deep into your work to get it done. Make sure you do that. Simple. No meetings. No book calls. None of that. Schedule out the days that you want to take calls. All right. And then number five, in your work day with a shutdown ritual. Spend 5 minutes reviewing what you accomplished and start planning for tomorrow. Y'all get that? Good, because I got that. Let's reflect on something, man. Let's be real. Productivity wasn't always my strong suit. It wasn't. It still ain't. Sometimes I drift off like a minute ago. They walk past the door. They trying to distract me now, but I'm not looking. I used to feel busy all day, yet my business wasn't going anywhere. i.e. Luxy style t-shirts closed down. It wasn't growing the way that I wanted it to. I wasn't utilizing what I needed to utilize. Then I realized that the being productive portion isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right thing consistently. One of the biggest shifts for me was learning to say no. It hurts my soul when my granddaughter wants me to do something, I gotta tell her no. When my grandkids call Papa, no. Papa gotta work. Y'all want them shoes that your parents specifically tell they can't afford? I need to help you out a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, your parents work hard. I'm not taking nothing away from my kids. They work hard. But Papa, I like to dress. I want my grandkids to look like me. I want them to be well dressed, but not in Gucci and Louis and all. No, we're not doing all of that. But they are not going to look like they just rolled out of someone's playpen either. So, no distractions, no low value tasks, no thing to do that will make you look like your productivity is bad. We want to move forward with the business. We need to learn how to say no. You know, I used to spend hours tweaking my website instead of focusing on the content for client attraction. Now I delegate stuff like that. Hey, jump online. Need you to tweak this. Send them what I wanted to say. Let the design team handle that. Delegate your tasks. That's how I protect my time. That's how I protect my business. That's how I'm able to spend time with the grandkids, the family, everyone who's involved with me. That's how I get down. So, if you're struggling with productivity right now, ask yourself, and here's crazy. What's the one thing that actually moves the needle in your business? Focus on that, and the rest will follow. Plain and simple. All right, Solopreneurs, that's a wrap today. Today we covered how to stay productive and focused as a solopreneur, as a one-person business, as you build your one-person empire. Why being busy equals being productive. The 3-step framework to maximize focus and quick tips to eliminate distractions and work smarter, not harder. Now here's that action step. Pick one tip. Here's the action step. Pick one tip from today. Implement it this week. Don't just listen, take action. Now, if you love this episode, here's how you can help me. Subscribe to the Solopreneur podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave us a review. It helps more solopreneurs like you find this content. Visit us over at the SolopreneurChroniclesPodcast.com for more tips and resources. And as always, keep building, keep growing, keep owning your journey as a solopreneur. And until next time, stay focused and stay unstoppable. I'm going to see y'all next week's episode, all right? This high value content is here for you. Download it so you can keep going back listening to it so you don't lose it in the trenches, okay? Hey, thank you for stopping by today. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Solopreneurs Chronicles podcast. I hope today's episode gave you the insights and inspiration you need to take the next step in your business journey. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and share this episode with a fellow solopreneur. Your feedback means the world to me and helps us reach more people just like you. Let's thank our producers of the show, Sincere and Charlie Straughter, Rhea Cash and Theory Porter. So don't forget, for more tips, tools, and resources, subscribe to the show. So just keep building, keep growing, and I'll see you next time.